All right. One of the big questions on tonight's show is whether North Carolina Governor Roy Cooper, a Democrat, has just lost his mind. Okay? The topic of school choice. Take a listen to this.
It's clear that the Republican legislature is aiming to choke the life out of public education. I'm declaring this state of emergency because you need to know what's happening. If you care about public schools in North Carolina, it's time to take immediate action and tell them to stop the damage that will set back our schools for a generation.
Yeah, really. Parental choice, school competition. Oh, my gosh. Anyway, joining me now, somebody who actually knows a lot about this subject, Mr. Bill Bennett, former Education Secretary, Fox News contributor, co-author of the Book of Virtues, which he co-authored with his wife, Elaine. I want to get that in every time he appears. Bill Bennett, what is wrong with this? This guy, Cooper, got a high mark from the Cato Institute, is one of the best governors in the country, and now he's gone off the deep end over what? School choice? Really?
Yeah, I don't know whether he's lost his mind or it's just you have to understand he's got a blue mind in a red state. It's still a red state, barely North Carolina. It's hanging on. But the legislature passed this school choice bill, very generous, very full school choice bill. He vetoed it, but you got a supermajority of Republicans in the legislature in North Carolina, so they can override the veto. So he called a state of emergency. Now, bring in the Marines from nearby Camp Lejeune, I guess, because it's an emergency. What's the emergency? Parents will be allowed to pick the schools their children attend. Goodness gracious. What an emergency. 4-alarm fire. Look, this is happening in many states around the country. Mostly red states, North Carolina, Florida. We'll probably hear about that tomorrow night with Governor DeSantis. Arizona, Iowa. But this is part of the movement. And believe me, Larry, parents need this opportunity. Schools are in bad shape. Some of them are worse than others. This is not an anti-public school bill. This is an anti-bad school bill. You can still go to a public school. Most people will, but they'll be able to choose the school they attend.
Bill Bennett, if you look at the history of the movement of school choice, charter schools, private schools, religious schools, whatever schools, since when has competition made education worse? I was under the impression that where competition exists, that made it better, and that all these studies have shown that they made it better.
Yeah, well, some people think I'm the godfather of choice. I talked when I was Secretary of Education, the 3 C's: content, character, and choice. The idea had some resonance then. It has really caught on now. And again, particularly given what's happening to kids in our country. Look at the effects of COVID. Look at the academic losses. Look at the social losses, the mental health of kids, terrible grades, despair among many children, kids committing suicide. You and I have talked about the drug problem many times. We're seeing that. So parents look at environments and they say, this is a better environment than that, and I want my child in that environment, and they should have that absolute right and opportunity, and those kids should have that opportunity as well. Competition has not been a feature of American public schools, but for a while, we had some very good public schools, and we had a very good system. The system is not so good now. You see what the teachers' unions have done. You saw that during the COVID period. And, frankly, these schools, many of them in many of these places, exist for the well-being of the staff and the teachers, not for the kids.
I don't know what the state's constitution is like, whether you can declare an it's not a school choice bill is not exactly COVID. So I have no idea how that's going to play out. The legislature will probably override his veto, I don't know, today or tomorrow or something.
Yeah.
But just take New York. New York is such a blue state. New York's a socialist state. But New York's got a fair number of charter schools, and every study shows those kids attending the charter schools outperformed those kids who were in the more traditional district schools, without any exception. Harvard's done studies, the various SUNYs in New York have done studies, one after another. It's indisputable, for heaven's sake. That's why this guy Cooper, I mean, I don't understand it. Next thing you know, he's going to be petitioning President Biden for F-16s in North Carolina to take over the legislature.
Yeah, well, we got them. We got them in North Carolina. We got a lot of military bases down there. We got a lot of hardware down there. I don't think he can call out the military on this one. The state of emergency he called was to get the press and press attention. But all he's done, I think, is embarrass himself. Because this is an issue that parents feel strongly about. And you know something? You point out in New York, a lot of Democrat parents want to pick the schools their children attend as well.
Some of the biggest, I mean, I've read a lot of these studies in New York. Some of the biggest beneficiaries have been African-American kids. Of
course.
Math and English, both ways.
Eva Moskowitz, the academies in Harlem, Eva Moskowitz started. They're wonderful schools. These kids graduate, they go on to college. Catholic schools have traditionally been very good for these kids in the inner city. But there are a lot of inner city schools where no one is reading or doing math at grade level. You know, I used to say, if that's what's going on, it's not a school. Close it down. Let the kids go somewhere else. Let the people be free.
Let the people be free. Thank you, Bill Bennett. We appreciate it very, very much. All right.
Thank you, Larry Kudlow.
Yes.